Hola Colchoneros, welcome to Atleti Fanatics, and I have with me St. Keeks as usual. And today, it's last match day or like match week, you can say. We're playing Girona away. The last time we played Girona was a banger of a match, 4-3, which ended in a mistake of Koke. But it's okay, let's just keep all the bad things out of this right now. And we have a lot of news as well. We have a lot of rumors coming up. We have a lot of players that are like linked with us. Some are good, some are bad. Like some are like I don't even know like why we are linked with them. So it's like a mixture of everything. And then two or three rumors are, I think, like they are pretty hot right now. And then there are a few official statements as well. For example, Pablo Barrios renewal contract, like he stays with us until 2030, which is a very, very good thing, a great thing actually. And we'll just like start off with the latest news. So I'm gonna start off with which came out 4 to 5 days ago, I guess. Oh no, actually like 3 to 4 days ago. So it was from Matteo Mereto, and like he was saying like we are interested in Davide Fratesi. And
Mhm.
Davide Fratesi, like personally, I like him because he's from Italy, and since like like I live there as well, so like I have a very very soft spot for Italian players. So personally, I like him. I love the way he scored against Barcelona as well. But for me, he's the kind of a player like like who can be used as a good substitute. For example, in Italy, he's been a very good substitute. With Inter, he's been a super sub.
Mhm.
And I mean, he's the kind of player like who runs, like up and down continuously. He has like that great work rate. The only thing I have over here is his uh, amount, like his transfer amount. I mean, like he won't come in cheap, that's for sure. Like he'll
Mhm.
at least be like, he'll at least cost like 30 to 40 million. And like do we have like spend that much money, 30 to 40 million on a super sub? I don't think so. I think Javi Guerra again is a good option. Like you also said, Finn Keeks. But yeah, what
Mhm.
do you think about this, David Ratisi?
He's an interesting player. I kind of wanted him for Roma a few years back now. It didn't really manifest. He managed to go to Inter Milan instead. It still might be on the table. I think Roma's still interested. What I think he's a good general player. He has options. He has qualities and traits that are interesting. It's just to me, his position and what he's really good at is already kind of covered in the squad right now. So it feels like a kind of a redundant, and to a fair degree too. So it's like it's kind of a redundant signing if we were to go for him. But I do like him. I like watching him. He's one of the funniest players I've ever seen in my life because I've never seen somebody get a concussion from celebrating so hard in my life. Such a funny guy. He seems like good vibes to bring into a club. But yeah,
Sure.
yeah, that's how I feel about him. He's great. I like him.
I mean, I don't know the last time like we had like an Italian player in Atletico de Madrid. I can't really remember.
It's been some
But
years.
yeah, I mean, like I think like I'd rather prefer Bastoni coming to Atletico de Madrid. I mean, that'd be like a dream side. But anyway, moving on to the next one. It's again Cuti Romero, again, which the player like we are heavily linked with. And there's again news from Argentinian journalist, which is Gaston. He was saying like like Simeone like is trying to like keep calling him, like he just keeps calling him now and then. So like there's conversation going on with Cuti Romero. But I think now Daniel Levy is going to be a massive asshole because like now they've conquered the Champions League, and then they're gonna be in Champions League, they're gonna play the Champions League, and like suddenly like they're gonna ask for what like 60, 70 million for him, which I think is absurd. I mean, like you finished 16th in the Premier League, bro. Chill down, chill the fuck down. Like 45, like 50, I think should be good enough for him. But let's see. This is a very, very interesting transfer now. I don't know
Yeah.
like how it plays out.
It could be
And
it could be he gets a better deal because of the fact that he put the club in a better position to leave for Champions League and they can replace him now. I don't know how they view it, but let's not hold out too much hope with Levy because it never works.
true. I mean, like Coutinho definitely wants to move, right? So
Yes.
like, but again, like when I think about this, I think about Harry Kane as well. Like, he really wanted the move as well. He wanted to like move away from Tottenham, and
Hmm.
then he literally has to like run out his contract in order to like get rid of Daniel Levy because there
Yeah.
was a massive offer from Man City as well, and he denied it, Daniel Levy, which again I think is like fucking like just take it. I mean, like like you're letting him get away for free in the next season, and before that season you were getting 100 million plus. I mean, that's
Yeah.
stupid. But anyway, moving on to the next one, I would say again, so we really need a left back, and then Carreras is joining Real Madrid again. I think for every Atletico de Madrid fan, like he was a priority signing for the left back position, and then eventually, and then the second left back is Milos Kirkis, which again, like this season has been really, really good. But again, Milos Kirkis is possibly joining Liverpool as well.
Hmm.
Now we're left with very, very few options, and one of those options is Grimaldo. Now keep in mind, Grimaldo is 30. So
Hmm.
like he'll be, I mean, like if we end up achieving him, he'll be like good enough for us for like a couple of seasons, but that's it. Also, he won't come in cheap as well. That's the problem as well. So I mean, these are the two factors. Come again?
Because he's been very good at Leverkusen, so they're probably gonna price him high too.
Exactly. Again, we're talking about at least 30 to 40 million, which is again, it's, I mean, Alvaro Carrera is like much cheaper than him. And then eventually, I mean, like if you want to spend 30 to 40, why can't we go for Milos Kirkis, a youngster, in playing in Premier League, playing pretty good as well. We just have to like pay his release clause, which is again around 40 million only. So I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Grimaldo is one of the options, but I don't really like this option. I would have loved this option if it was a cheaper option, but again, it won't be cheap. And if we're getting to that, let's say 35 to 40 million mark, I think we should not go for it. I don't think so. I mean, because again, he's 30. Like, we're spending 40 million for a player like he's going to be with us for like a couple of seasons. I mean, come on. Like, it's better go for Milos case, which again, the release clause is just about 40 million as well.
Mm.
Much better option. But anyway, moving towards the next one, we'll say about Facundo Medina names up in the air as well. Like, I mean, like priority is Cuti Romero, obviously, but we're looking to sign one more center back. And Facundo Medina is one of those options for, I mean, like we're trying to sign like two center backs at least, and Facundo Medina is the second option, and plus like he's a left-footed player as well. Personally, I like this deal, Facundo Medina. If he comes with Cuti Romero, I like him. But I mean, come on, like are we really creating Argentino de Madrid? But
It's too late. It's already done.
I mean, like sure. But then the second option, which I don't like, is Umar Alderete from Getafe. I mean, that's where I draw the line. Like, no, 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 no,
Mm.
no. Okay? Like, you're going too far with the options now. So, Facundo Medina, I like it. I mean, he's a good player. He's playing for Lens. I mean, like, they had a pretty good season, the Champions League, and then they faded away. But I would say, like, Coutinho should be the priority, obviously. But then Facundo Medina, if he comes in cheap, I'm all in. What do you think about this one?
Um, I think it's a good something to look at. I'm not sure if he is the player to sign because I think it's a weird situation for me to watch because I think if we're sticking with a two, we don't necessarily need a left-footed player. We just need a player who can play left centre back at a very high level, right? And Medina can do that very well, but he also does left. He also does the left centre back and a back three really well too, which is good. And he can also play left back. I think if the deal is there and you're trying to sign him or let's say maybe a Hanko for instance, who we were previously linked with, and you put them at left back, it would be probably better for the long term because then you could, if you want to, you can always just switch that back three. If you want, like there are options in your head where you can flex around players and positions. So Simeone again, as games go on, he's not going to stick to the 4-4-2 in a game if situations change, right? So it's a cool deal. I'm interested, but I'll say this. I'll say it for Medina, but this will be the answer for any of the left centre back slash left back answers, which is since we are not getting our main priority left back, try to find somebody who is good and flexible enough defensively.
So yeah, there you go. That was Medina, and then let's talk about another center back. I mean, like we've linked with a lot of center backs, to be honest. I mean, like we need center backs obviously this summer. So there's Mourinho, there's Medina, and then there's Omar Alderete from Getafe. Then there's Cuti Romero, which is a priority signing, and then the next is again Mosquera as well up in the mix. Mosquera, I like this option. I mean, like because it comes cheap. He's a youngster as well. I like this option, and he's fast as well. So that's the same things which I really like. But again, like we have to see because again we have like Mourinho is coming back most probably, and then we're going after Romero, and then we have to like sign one more center back, or I think as Mourinho and Santiago, Mourinho and Romero would be the only ones. But if we sign, let's say, three center backs, I think Facundo Medina is would be my priority because like he's a left-footed player. But let's see. Mosquera, I don't really think so. Like where he fits in, to be honest. I mean, unless until like we cash in on Santiago Marino, which again would
Mhm.
be a stupid thing to do. So yeah, that would be my thoughts on Mosquera because again we've talked about Mosquera a lot. So yeah, what do you think about this one?
Uh, Funny deal because I've never really been a fan of him to Atletico, even though I've been a fan of him as a player. I think he's a really, really good player, and I think he has a really high level. But it's weird because I think with the Mourinho, it's the same thing as you just said with the Mourinho deal. It seems kind of like a redundant situation where it's like we have a player who is more suited to what we need in terms of Atletico and the squad itself because he's not Mourinho is not going to guarantee be a starter, but he can be a squad player, and he's shown that he is very capable of growing very quickly, even with limited minutes throughout the season. He's only played like 20 something games for Alaves this season. So, in a season where we're playing maybe 50, 60 games, Mourinho can get game time and he'll be fine. Will Mascara be happy with that? I don't know because I know for a fact Mourinho's. If we get Romero, he's going to start. I know if Jimenez is there, he's going to start. I know Lenormand is going to have priority over him because he's a better player right now. So it's like I'm not sure with him. I think it would be a good deal in a general sense, but maybe not for Atletico. That's all I feel about him.
Sure, sure. I mean, like, I agree. And then we have very good news coming. I mean, like some Atleti fans will be disappointed, but yes, it's a good news. Please take it as a good news. Rodrigo Riquelme is leaving Atletico Madrid this summer. And even though like he can look like anything like good looking as fuck, but like come on guys, move on from that gimmick. I mean like Rodrigo Riquelme, fine. Like he's gonna be 25 now, so like 25, 24 now. So again, guys, move on. Like I mean like he had his chance. Like I mean like season before he was good, but again I think for me even a season before like Lino was much better than him.
Mhm.
Rodrigo Riquelme had his moments, no doubt, against Feyenoord. He had a really good game, but that's it. I mean, like, come on, like if we have to like move up the scale, we have to improve the quality. Like he has to leave. Again, he's a Atletico Madrid fan and everything. And like I thank him for everything, but like if we can use him to like lower any transfer fee for other players, like I'll be happily, I'll do it happily. So let's see
Mhm.
what happens with him if it'll be a transfer or a loan. That'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I think yeah, on that left hand side needs a rebuild, that's for sure. And Rodrigo Riquelme name definitely is there. What do you think about this Rodrigo Riquelme leaving?
Feel a little sad that he's going, but it probably makes sense. Like I've watched Riquelme since he went on loan to Bournemouth and then Miranda's, then Girona again, and then to see him in the team, I was like, I kind of wanted where I thought he was going to go and where he ended up was not really the same place. Um, I think Syria would be a good place for him if there was a possibility of him going. I think that would be a really cool league for him. Don't know if they're in for that. If it helps with any of our transfer deals, also fine with that. But I think he needs game time, and I think he can't get it here.
I mean, swap him for Rafael Leao from AC Milan. I mean, they need the financial.
That's too much. That's too much.
That's too much. Yeah, maybe I had a lot of drinks last night, guys. Yeah, so yeah, forgive me. But yeah. But yeah, moving on to the next very, very bizarre transfer link, to be honest. Like Jesus Arezzo from Osasuna. Wait, Osasuna, right? I forgot. Yeah, from Osasuna. I mean, the right back. I mean, like, keep Molina instead of him. Like, for like, what the fuck are we doing with this transfer link? Jesus Arezzo. I'm like, rather keep Molina, to be honest. I mean, again, to be honest, like, I don't even know him much. I'll be honest, guys. I haven't even seen him much. Like, I didn't even know like he plays for Osasuna.
Hmm.
Like we played two times against him, and like I didn't even notice him. I just noticed the left back they have, which was Juan Cruz, because he was having a good game. I didn't even notice this right back. And then all of a sudden, like I saw this news, like, oh, what the hell? Who is this guy? Which is bizarre to me. I mean, like, so like his release clause is 12 million, and then I mean, I just have one question: why? Like, like why? I can't really talk much about him. You go, Saint Keeks. What do you think about this transfer link to his RSO?
I think he's uh, in a different time period. Maybe I would have been excited just because our floor was so low. But in a rebuild, this is not a player I even want to see. Seeing it on in the news was disappointing enough. I was just like, wow, we're really not punching up here. Like there are plenty of good right back prospects around Spain, around Europe, around South America that you could get for cheap or cheaper than him that are better than him. So it's just like one of those things where it's just like I'm a little disappointed to see that.
Exactly.
He's
I mean, like this feels like like those transfer like we had like Daniel Vaz from Syria, and then we
yeah,
had
it kind of is like that to be honest. That's kind of a
Matt.
similar kind of thing.
Exactly, Matt Doherty for some reason. Matt Doherty didn't play a
Vas
minute.
was a good player for Valencia that didn't really work
Valencia,
out
sorry,
because he got
Valencia.
a really bad knee injury in his like first game playing us with us, and then just as he was about to like really pop off, he had to leave because he had some personal problem in Denmark. I believe it's Denmark. I don't want to say that wrong,
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
had to
it's
go back and
Danish.
deal
It's
with. So
Danish. Yeah,
it was like that was just one of those like, oh, okay, I guess he did play for us, but it could have went better. But I I'm not
exactly. I
impressed
mean,
by Areso. I
exactly.
don't think he's a good player for us. I think if people think Molina is not good, then I don't know what Areso is supposed to offer us. He's not particularly fast. He's not particularly good at ball striking. He's not amazing a defender. He's not particularly good with crossing. Nothing that he does is anything to be looked at, even for a squad player. I don't want to talk about him again. I don't want to see him in my news again. That's how I feel about him.
Exactly. I mean, like, this feels like another Matt Doherty kind of a thing, which again doesn't really make sense. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's really. But anyway, I mean, like, in fact, like this, there was one rumor, like we were linked with a right back from French league. I forgot his name. I mean, like, I'd rather go for him instead of him. But it's okay. We move on to the next one. Again, this is a big news. Finally, like we're linked with a defensive midfielder, and like wow, like we talked about Johnny Cardoso, like we were doing the review of the match against Real Betis, where I said like like if he plays like this, like we don't want him. But okay, fine, like I'll let him skip that one. I I'll let him go. I'll let him go with that one. But I mean, for me, like for 25 million, a defensive midfielder, 24 years old as well, with a lot of good potential ahead of him. Like I'm all in for this, to be honest. And then again, like we need a defensive midfielder, that's for sure. So yeah, I mean, like even though like he played badly against us, which is again good, but like yeah, I'm all in because I think Simeone can definitely improve the player and like he can achieve his full potential with Simeone. So this one I'm really happy about, Jordan Cardoso. And what do you think about this transfer? St. Keeks. I'm like it's still like there's some negotiations, but like still like there's a massive interest and like negotiations might start after the league ends, which is this weekend.
Yeah. Um, if this is one of those things that we are prioritizing, fantastic. I know we are interested in other DM prospects, but the idea of going for him is very exciting to me. I think he's a very good DM. I think he does a lot of things really well. He has like 3 or 4 goals for Betis as well. He's a strange player because he'll show up in a lot of times that you don't expect him, and he's really good at what he already does well. Um, I already said in a previous episode, it's like my top pick for a DM this summer would have been Baranachea. My number 2 would have been Johnny. So this is perfectly fine for me. I think this is a great deal. I think him being American also has a lot of positives because it brings in American viewers into Atletico, and I think that would be really good too. He also speaks Portuguese because he's Brazilian. Uh, uh, so we'll see how that works out as well. I I like to see players like that who come in from these places and can give us a lot more. We've needed a DM for years now. We finally have look somewhat serious about getting a DM. If we get him as cheap as what they're saying he is for, fine, even better. Then we can actually like send resources to the other areas that are also really good. So we get a top quality DM for a cheap price, and then we can focus on the other areas that we're not investing as much in, and we can actually invest more in. So I think this is great to me.
True, true. Even like I'm happy with this news. And the next one is like we're very, very close to finalizing a deal with Nasser Villarreal from Millionaires, which is again in Colombia. He's one of the best under 20 strikers in South America, and like he's gonna join us. And like I mean, like we know he's gonna go to the B team, that's for sure. But again, this is a future investment which we're doing, and like I'm really happy about it. Like South American players, like and like plus as Colombian as well. Last time we had a Colombian was again Falcao, so like we all know how that pans out. So yeah, I'm very happy for him. Sorry, for the club as well. And then there was a deal which we saying there was some dispute amongst the agent or everything, but now it seems like it's all clear, and like we are very close to finalizing his deal. And again, a good future investment, I would say. Plus, a guy who can play on the wing and as a striker as well. So yeah, what do you think about this one? Nisa Villarreal to Atletico de Madrid.
Uh, Seems really good. It's one of those ones where I'm actually not that informed because I don't watch Millionaires. I know he did really well in the under 20 tournament. That's all I know. I didn't really get to watch it, so I can't say too much about him. But he seems very interesting. He seems like he has interesting traits. I think signings like this are something I would like to see more of from Atletico. These kind of future-proof signings, getting somebody who seems like they'll be a potential star early on. I hope they continue to make these kind of deals throughout this summer. Cough, cough, Mastantuono. but those kind of deals where you can get players who can do what you want in multiple areas and they can be something early o'clock, I think I would like to see more of. So seems good. In the worst case scenario, we make a profit off of him, which is, I
Yeah,
guess.
which I see it very happening as well, the way we are. But it's okay. It's okay. We move on. Now I think that pretty much that's it. Like that's the only players we were left with. And again, it's a lot of names and a lot of names to cover. But it is what it is. I mean, like, and the thing is, like, nothing is like literally finalized, except Villarreal thing, which is very close. And except Villarreal, there is nothing finalized, which is like linked with players, and then just like negotiations are taking place.
Hmm.
And Club World Cup is gonna start soon, and personally, I believe we're not gonna have any signing for the Club World Cup. I don't know, I have this feeling. It'll be a miracle. It'll be a miracle if we able to get Baena or Romero or whoever, or even Darwin Nunes for the Club World Cup. I don't see any of those signing happening before the Club World Cup. I think we're gonna go with the same team which we have right now for the Club World Cup. Most probably Santiago Marino can join us, except him. Yeah, I don't see anyone else joining Atletico de Madrid. But anyway, move on to the next thing, which is the last match day for La Liga. We're playing Girona, and if someone needs to know how to like shoot their foot, you should learn from Girona because what the fuck? Like they're battling relegation. Girona is battling relegation. How the fuck? They were literally top four. They finished third above us actually last season, and now look at them.
Uh,
So I
it's
mean,
tough.
it's a very, very, but again, it's the last match day. We have finalized the third place, so nothing to lose. Again, I also know that there won't be any academy players playing, which I think if any academy players play would be a surprise to me. Like, wow,
Hmm.
what the hell? What's going on? But let's see about this one. This match day again, it's not really that much important right now. It feels like a friendly, to be honest. This one feels like a friendly. Girona might be. Wait, hang on. Is Girona safe right now?
Yeah, I think they are safe. I think the only club that's in potential to relegation
Wait,
is
hang on.
Espanyol. I think
Where
this.
is it?
So I think Las Palmas and Real Valladolid are already relegated, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, they're safe.
Leganes
Girona
is
is
at
safe.
next.
Yeah, Girona, Leganes, Las Palmas, Valladolid. Yeah, they are relegated. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, like Leganes and Espanyol have something to play for. If
right.
Espanyol lose, they're gonna get relegated. Leganes, if they lose, they're gonna get relegated. And yeah, Espanyol just have to draw or either win.
Right. And
Interesting.
who are
But
they
yeah,
playing?
Girona is safe. Espanyol?
Yeah.
Espanyol is playing Las Palmas.
Huh,
Espanyol is
that
playing
could
Las
be a
Palmas.
very interesting game.
Leganes is playing Valladolid. Ooh, interesting. So there you go, guys. I mean, like Girona has nothing to play for, and I mean, like who the fuck do they even have? Like I haven't heard from Girona. Porto is still playing over there. Like Girona has been like so much, like in the shadows this season. Like can't really like remember any Girona player right now. I mean, like I remember Brian Gill playing for them, and then I remember again that Paulo Casaniga, and then a couple of their players. But again, Girona again this season is just like I mean they were I mean like Stuani obviously that super sub, their super sub, and then Porto like I mentioned, and then we have who else was there?
And
I can't really.
Martin, oh no,
Ivan Martin,
Martinez. We were linked with him some years
Martin,
ago.
yeah. Yeah, that asshole scored a 90th minute winner against us in that away win. But yeah, I mean, Young Herrera, I really like that player, Young Herrera, and I think that he's a very good, solid midfielder.
Hmm.
Arnau Martinez as well. I think we were linked with him a few seasons ago as well. Arnau Martinez for right back. I think
And
it
then
was before we
Miguel.
got, it was before, yeah, Miguel Gutierrez. But yeah, interesting. This is an interesting one. Maybe we can see how they play. And then Arthur is playing for Girona as well. That's interesting. Arthur is playing for Girona as well.
Yeah,
And but yeah, I think they again like both the teams really have nothing to lose, nothing to gain. So I think this will be another friendly. But I think Girona would like to like finish their season in a
high
good way
note.
because they're playing it. Yeah, and because they're playing on their home turf. And it's going to be a Catalonia trip to Girona. So again, I mean, guys, I mean, this is a good option to play Academy Boys, but again, we know Simeone won't play him. Play them, sorry, play the Academy Boys. But I think it's a way to give the chance to the players who are leaving. For example, play Riquelme, play Witzel, play Aspilicueta. Leave that bench on the field the first time and let Alvarez, Holloth, and everyone on the bench.
Hmm.
But then we don't have any strikers up front.
I mean, you could just start Griezmann in Korea. I don't think Griezmann is leaving per se, but Korea. It would be nice to see Korea starts before he leaves the club. It
True,
seems
true.
like he's on his way out. It seems so anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, the personal terms of agreed, like we know that, but like the negotiation between the clubs is remaining. But anyway, the possible lineups. Who do you go for? I think Oblak should get his Zamora Trophy. That's for sure. I think we have. I think, yeah. I just remember we have something to play. Zamora Trophy for Oblak.
Mm.
Okay, so I think I'll go first with the possible lineups. I think I'll play Oblak up front, and then I'll play right back. I'll play Molina this time because Lorente should get rest. Molina, and then again I'll play Witzel this time. I'll play Witzel. I play Longley as well. Witzel, Longley, and then the left back again.
So
Renildo won't play. I know Renildo won't play because of his contract situation. So Javi Galan, Witzel, Longley, Javi Galan, and then Molina. Wow, what a defense! But then we move on to midfield. I think I'll play Gallagher and Paulo Barrios. I'll play Paulo Barrios. Oh no, Paulo Barrios can play, right? Yeah, he can play. Paulo Barrios, and then for right hand side I'll play Riquelme, and the left midfielder I'll play Lino, and then up front I'll play Griezmann and Correa. Pretty chill team, the second team, and the rest can go to the bench. Let the players have their last minutes. For example, Riquelme, Longley, even Aspilicueta can come into the second half, and then Witzel as well. And yeah, so yeah, what would be your possible lineup?
I think I'd do something similar. I just want to keep the three-man midfield, so I'd probably play Koke and Barrios in that midfield too, and then Gallagher on the left, or or maybe Gallagher on the right, and then maybe Riquelme on the left. I It's a shame that we haven't seen that Riquelme Galan duo on the left because it looked really good in preseason, and then we never saw it again at any point in time this season. So it was just one of those things I wish we kind of saw. It seemed like a good attacking player, but so I think that would be the only difference I would change. But I think I would agree with everything else. With so Longley,
Yeah, I
Molina,
think Lemar should get the start as well. I forgot to mention Lemar.
right?
Lemar should start as well.
Lamar
Lemar
should
should
play.
start.
Lamar should play.
Lemar should. So
So
yeah, there you go,
that's
guys.
probably Marshall. Yeah.
True, true, true. And I think Girona might play with their second team as well, or maybe like they just play with the first team. But again, like this match doesn't really, have that much of like let's say there's nothing to play for. But anyway, we move on to the next, which is again the score prediction. So, what do you think about the score prediction? Will Oblak, or would Oblak win his win a trophy on Sunday?
Hmm.
Or it'll be a shame if he doesn't win on the last match day.
I think he wins it. I think it. We need to concede. We need. He would need to. What do you call it? Courtois would need to not concede a goal against Real Sociedad, and then we'd need to concede like 5 goals. That's probably not happening. Like either scenario. So even
True,
if
true.
it does, if we concede maybe 2 goals in our first half or thing, I think Simeone would probably just immediately sub him off. I'm very with you. So we'll see. But I wouldn't
True.
hold out too much on what do you call it? On him not getting his trophy.
I mean, last time we played Girona was at Metropolitano, and like it was like just the start of the season, and got a free kick from Griezmann, and then a rocket from Llorente, and then again, then it was a assist from Llorente as well to Koke,
Hmm.
and it was 3-0, right?
It was 3-0. If you rewatch that
Yeah,
game, by the way, not a game I particularly enjoyed watching
really.
because, yeah, no, not because the game was bad, but because of the fact that the game it was really poorly officiated. If you remember, um, Gazaniga got a handball just outside of the box, right? That should have been a red card because it should have been a one-on-one. Instead, he got a yellow card and a free kick. We managed to score. Griezmann scored a direct free kick, which was great, and they covered it, right? Then they had a few set pieces they were not supposed to get. They almost got a penalty off of nothing. I was like, that was a really, really poorly officiated game, and I was just like, wow. It's like I can't believe that that was somehow a game I watched. But fair enough, I guess. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I would say like our start for the season wasn't really that good, and then eventually, like we ended the season pretty much on the same note. Yeah, it was 3-1 actually. It was 3-1. So yeah, wait, hang on, no, it was 3-1.
No, it's true now.
No, hang on. Let me check. No, it was 3-0 only. 3-0, yeah. It was 3-0 only. So yeah, Koke scored in the last minute, yeah. And if you look at the lineup of Girona from that game as well, again, so yeah, it was Sekanikov and then Brian Gill, Romeo, and then Ivan Martin, Angel Herrera, Miguel Gutierrez was playing, and then Dilly Blaine, Diego Lopez, and now Martinez was playing in the defense, and then Gazaniga itself. So again, I mean, like, again, like, I think a couple of matches, like, we started the season on a very slow note, again, and like, we're ending the season on a slow note as well. The middle of part of the season was really good, and then yeah, pretty much that's it to be honest. And if we look at, they had much better possession than us. They had 58% possession than us. But yeah,
At the
I
time,
mean,
I suppose.
true, true. So yeah. So anyway, so there you go, guys. So for everyone who's watching us right now, do let us know your opinions. Do let us know like who would you rather go for in the transfer market? Who would be your preferred players? Who you would love to go for, and like how would you reshape the team? How would you rebuild the team for the upcoming season? And do let us know your thoughts on the preview of the match for Girona as well. What do you think we should play? We should be the starting lineup, and then yours. Oh yeah, you forgot to mention score prediction. Yeah, what do you think?
Not sure. Maybe I don't expect a particularly good game, but maybe a 1-0. We'll call that.
Okay, I don't know
1-0.
why. I don't know why I feel like it's gonna be a 0-0 for some reason. I have
You
this
think so?
feeling. Like, yeah, 0-0 for some reason. I don't know why. But again, I mean, like, I think it might end up with Alvarez goal as well. Because Alvarez is in really, really good form right now. And then maybe something from Sorloth as well.
Mhm.
Or I don't know, like none of our predictions have been right as of now.
No.
But I'll go for a 3-0 win to Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
Uh,
I think that's fine.
True, true. So there you guys. Do let us know your thoughts as well. What do you think about the game? And you guys can follow us on Athletic Fanatics on Twitter as well or X for all the latest news and all the transfer rumors. And again, like we're just like one match day away from all the flood of news we're gonna have after the La Liga, because it's gonna be, I think it's gonna
A
be
lot of news
every
is gonna
day,
happen.
exactly every day, and like we have to like cover all of it as well. So yeah, so please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and we'll see you guys after the match, which would be the review of the match. Most probably we'll drop the video on Monday. Until then, Opa Atleti, ciao ciao.